Okay, go to the Pugh Chart Notes worksheet into your notes. So Pugh Chart is a structured method for selecting a final concept or a plan. It helps you kind of organize your thoughts and try to pick the best choice. So we're going to kind of go over the structure of a Pugh Chart. The first column is the reference column. And right now this is going to be abstract. I'm going to walk you through one in a moment. But the first column is the reference column. The remaining columns are the concepts that are under consideration. And the rows are going to be criteria for evaluating the concepts. So scoring a Pugh Chart. The score is going to depend on whether it's better, the same, or worse than the reference object. So a basic Pugh Chart is just going to give concept scores of -1, 0, or +1 relative to the reference object. So -1 is just going to say, well, it performs worse. 0 is going to say it performs about the same. +1 is going to say it scores better, or it's better. A variable Pugh Chart allows you to score beyond -1, 0, and +1. So it allows you to go to 2s, to 3s, etc. And then a weighted Pugh Chart assigns each criteria a different weight to indicate importance. So let's say you go ahead and have your -1, 0, and your +1 scores, but maybe the price of something is super important to your customer. So you're going to assign it a different weight. So maybe it's going to have 3 times the weight of everything else. Okay, and we'll walk through some examples to make this less abstract. Okay, so this part of your notes, we're going to kind of walk through. This is a Pugh Chart that is scoring you try to buy a new laptop. And so you can see your current laptop here has the first column. And then each of the other columns represents a concept under consideration. And each of the rows represents a criteria that you are trying to compare. And then you're going to put a number in each of these spots according to whether it's better, the same, worse. So it's either going to be a +1, a 0, or a -1. So your current laptop is going to get a score of 0 because that's what its score is. That's what you're comparing everything. So your reference object always has scores of 0. And then you would score laptop A in the different categories. So you can see that laptop A has a +1 for the weight, so maybe it's lighter. It's got a -1 for a cost, so that means it costs more. Its battery life is the same, and it's got a +1 for speed, so it's faster. And then you would score your other laptops. And then you would do the totals. So your current laptop would have a score of 0. Your laptop A would have a score of +1. B would have a score of -1. And laptop C would have a score of +2. So you would say, oh, laptop C is the one that I should buy.